Welcome to the deep dive. Ever feel like like you're just running on that hamster wheel, totally out of sync with the natural world?
Yeah.
Well, today we're diving into the Lunar Tao Meditations with the Seasons by Deng Ming-Dao.
Oh, cool.
And it's kind of like a guide
Okay.
to tapping into the moon's rhythms and all that wisdom from Taoism,
Yeah.
to maybe find a little more peace, a little more purpose in our crazy modern world.
I love that. What's really cool about this book is
Yeah.
it's not just some, dusty old philosophy text. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
this practical roadmap
Oh.
using the lunar calendar to help us understand ourselves better.
Okay.
Find some balance.
Yes.
Live a little more in tune with nature. Yeah.
I love that. Instead of just flipping through the calendar pages,
Right.
we're using it as a tool for personal growth.
Totally.
The book follows the 24 solar terms in the lunar calendar, right?
It does. Yeah.
Which was a system used for farming in ancient China. So it already has that connection to nature.
Exactly. And you can think of it like this.
Yeah.
Just as farmers use those solar terms
Yeah.
to know when to plant,
Yeah.
when to harvest,
Mm-hmm.
we can use them to kind of understand our own cycles.
Wow. Okay.
Bursting renewal.
Mhm.
It's about working with those natural rhythms
Yeah.
instead of feeling constantly out of step with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
That really hits home
For
because
sure.
anyone can connect with that idea
I guess.
to feeling more in tune with nature.
Yeah.
What I find so interesting is how the author, Deng Ming-Dao,
Yeah.
weaves in his own personal journey
Totally.
into this exploration of the lunar calendar and Taoism.
Yeah.
He talks about inheriting a clock from his grandfather
Oh, wow.
that had this Confucian phrase on it.
Oh, cool.
Esteem virtue, accept everyone.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and that phrase became a guiding principle in his life
Right.
and ultimately led him to Taoism. Yeah,
Which shows that anyone can find meaning
exactly.
and inspiration
Yeah.
in these ancient traditions,
Yeah,
regardless of background.
doesn't matter where you come from.
It's about finding what resonates with you.
Totally.
Right.
Yeah.
So, for someone who's totally new to Taoism,
Okay.
what would you say the core ideas are?
Oh, that's a good question.
I have to admit,
Yeah.
I tried reading the Tao Te Ching
Oh, yeah.
once, and it went right over my head.
Oh, you're not alone.
Okay,
Don't worry about that.
good.
A lot of people have that experience. Those Taoist texts,
Yeah,
they can be deceptively simple,
right.
but also really profound at the same time.
Yeah.
At its heart, though, Taoism is about living in harmony with the Tao,
Okay.
that natural order of the universe.
Okay.
And the Chinese character for Tao,
Yeah.
it actually looks like
I
a
know what.
person walking on a path.
So finding our own path
Yeah.
through life.
Totally.
But in a way,
That's in sync with nature.
precisely.
Okay.
Yeah. It's about embracing our individuality
Yeah.
while recognizing that we're all interconnected,
Okay.
with everything around us.
Yeah.
Think of
Yeah.
it like a flowing river.
Okay.
It's got its own unique course, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's constantly being shaped
Yeah.
by the landscape
Yeah.
and ultimately flows into something
Yeah.
much larger.
I'm already starting to feel more zen
I love it.
just thinking about this.
Yeah.
But it's not just about sitting on a mountaintop
Right.
and contemplating the universe, right?
No, not at all.
Taoism also has this very practical side with
How
things
about
like Qigong and meditation.
Absolutely. The Lunar Tao
Mhm.
offers this blend of philosophy,
Right.
practical exercise,
Okay.
reflections
Yeah.
for each season. It's not about rigid rule.
Yeah.
It's more about discovering what works for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm definitely intrigued. But before we dive into specifics, I think it'd be helpful to kind of get to know some of the key figures in Taoism.
Oh, for sure.
You mentioned Laozi,
Yeah.
the author of the Tao Te Ching.
Right.
But who else should we have on our Taoist radar?
Well, Laozi's definitely a
Yeah.
central figure. He's considered the founder of philosophical Taoism,
Okay.
and the Tao Te Ching is like the ultimate Taoist guidebook.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And one of its core ideas
Yeah.
is this concept of non-action,
Right.
which often trips people up.
Yeah, non-action sounds a little passive to me.
Yeah.
Just sitting around,
Yeah.
letting life happen to you.
It's actually quite the opposite.
Oh, okay.
It's more about achieving your goals effortlessly
Okay.
by aligning yourself
Yeah.
with that natural flow of things. Instead of
Right.
forcing, you're allowing.
Okay, yeah.
Like that sailboat analogy we were talking about earlier.
Right.
Harnessing the power of the wind
Yeah.
instead of trying to row against the current.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
There you go.
So
Yeah.
how do we apply that in
Yeah.
real life?
That's the question.
Because it's easy to say, go with the flow.
Right.
But what if you're facing a tough decision or a challenge?
Yeah. That's where the wisdom of Taoism really shines.
Okay.
It's about learning
Yeah.
to discern when to act,
Okay.
when to step back,
Hmm.
when to push,
Yeah.
when to surrender.
Okay.
Think of it like surfing.
Okay.
You can't control the waves,
Right.
but you can learn to ride them.
Right.
And sometimes the
Yeah.
best move is to just hang back
Yeah.
and wait for that right wave to come along.
I like that.
Yeah,
So it's finding that sweet spot between
totally.
effort
Yeah.
and ease,
Right.
action and non-action.
That's it.
Oh.
Okay. So who else should we be learning from
Mm.
in the, Taoist Hall of Fame?
Well, another key figure is Wangzi.
Who lived a few centuries after Laozi.
Okay.
And he's known for his wit,
Okay.
his use of paradox,
Mm-hmm.
and his incredible storytelling ability.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need a good story.
Okay.
Tell me about Zhuangzi.
So have you ever heard of Zhuangzi's butterfly dream?
No.
So he dreamed he was a butterfly,
Okay.
flitting around,
Yeah.
totally lost the experience.
Mm-hmm.
But when he woke up,
Okay.
he couldn't tell if he was Zhuangzi,
Yeah.
who had dreamt of being a butterfly,
Yeah.
or a butterfly,
Okay.
dreaming he was Zhuangzi.
Whoa. That's a real head scratcher.
Right.
What's the takeaway from that mind-bending tale?
It's all about questioning our perceptions
Okay.
of reality
Yeah.
and identity.
Okay.
Are things always as they seem?
Right.
Are we really who we think we are?
Right.
Zhuangzi encourages us
Mm-hmm.
to embrace uncertainty,
Yeah.
to play with different perspectives,
Yeah.
and to find that sense of wonder in the mysteries of life.
It's like he's saying, loosen up.
Totally.
Don't take yourself too seriously.
Yeah.
Enjoy the ride.
Exactly.
Well, I can get behind that.
And that's what makes the Lunar Tao so engaging.
Yeah.
It brings these ancient teachings to life
Okay.
through stories,
Yeah.
personal anecdotes,
Mm-hmm.
and practical exercises
Right.
that we can actually use
Right.
in our modern lives.
So we're not just learning about Taoism.
Right.
We're experiencing it.
We are. That's it.
What are some of the specific practices
Right.
that the Lunar Tao suggests
Yeah.
for aligning ourselves with the seasons
Right.
and tapping into this Taoist wisdom?
Well, one of the key practices is Qigong,
Oh.
which involves
yeah.
gentle movements,
Okay.
breath work,
Mm-hmm.
and focused intention
Okay.
to cultivate and balance
Yeah.
our vital energy.
Okay.
Or Qigong?
I've heard of Qigong.
Okay.
But honestly, I always picture those slow motion Tai Chi moves in the park.
Yeah.
Is that something anyone can do?
Absolutely. The
Yeah.
Lunar Tao offers Qigong exercises
Okay.
that are simple
Yeah.
and adaptable to different fitness levels.
Oh, good.
It's not about strenuous workouts.
Okay.
It's more about finding a mindful way
Yeah.
to move your body
Okay.
and connect with the energy of the season.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds way more approachable than I imagined. What other tools does the book offer?
Well, it also includes
Okay.
daily meditations
Yeah.
and reflections
Yeah.
for each solar term.
Right.
They're inspired by
Yeah.
nature,
Okay.
poetry,
Yeah.
mythology,
Mm-hmm.
and even personal stories.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So it's like a daily dose of inspiration and guidance
Totally.
tailored to the energy of the season.
Exactly.
Okay.
And what's really unique
Yeah.
is how it uses that lunar calendar
Right?
to connect us.
To the natural world in
Mhm.
this deep way.
Yeah.
It helps us recognize those cycles
Yeah.
of growth,
Yeah.
rest,
Mm.
and renewal
Yeah.
that are happening all around us,
Right.
and how we can align ourselves
Yeah.
with those rhythms
Yeah.
to live
Yeah.
more balanced and fulfilling lives.
I love this idea of finding our own rhythm within the
Yeah.
bigger flow of nature.
Me too. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's just the beginning.
Okay.
The Lunar Tao also explores this rich tapestry of festivals
Okay.
and celebrations
Mm.
that are woven throughout the lunar year.
Okay.
These festivals offer
Yeah.
such a beautiful way to connect with
Mhm.
our heritage,
Okay.
build community,
Mhm.
and celebrate
Yeah.
the simple joys of life.
I'm all about celebrating. This is sounding less like a philosophy lesson and more like a guide to living. Fair.
It's a more vibrant and meaningful life.
That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't wait to dive deeper.
Me too.
Let's take a quick break and then come back
Okay.
to explore
Be
more
sure.
of the Lunar Tao, meditations with the season. Okay.
Cool.
Welcome back to the deep dive. We're uncovering the magic of the Lunar Tao, meditations with the seasons. This book that's like a blend of ancient wisdom and like a personalized planner for living in sync with nature.
Yeah.
Before the break, we were talking about how it uses the lunar calendar,
Right.
specifically those 24 solar terms.
Yeah, it's not just about marking time.
Right.
It's about marking those subtle energy shifts throughout the year
Okay.
and how we can align with them.
Okay.
Yeah, each solar term has a unique focus,
Mm-hmm.
a kind of theme for personal growth.
So it's like having 24 mini chapters in the year,
Exactly.
each with its own lesson.
Yeah, like for instance,
Wow.
take spring begins.
Okay.
The first solar term, usually around February 4th.
Okay.
Even though it might still feel like winter outside,
Right.
nature's starting to stir beneath the surface.
Okay.
And the book suggests this is the perfect time to focus on new beginnings, setting intentions,
Okay.
embracing that fresh, vibrant energy that's coming up.
Okay.
It even recommends going to bed early and waking up early
Oh,
to
wow.
sync up with nature's rhythm.
I could definitely use some of that revitalized energy.
Yeah,
Makes so much sense that aligning with nature could help us avoid illness, too.
totally.
So what happens next?
Well, as we move through the year,
Yeah.
each solar term offers a different perspective.
Okay.
Around March 5th is Insects Awaken.
Okay.
As bugs start buzzing back to life,
Right.
we're encouraged to kind of look at what we might be clinging to,
Oh.
what's holding us back
Mhm.
from our own potential.
Okay.
It's a time for spring cleaning,
Yeah.
not just our homes,
Right.
but also our mental and emotional clutter.
Wow, I never thought about it like that. It's amazing how these ancient observations of nature
Yeah,
can hold such deep meaning
totally.
for our own lives.
It's about seeing those connections,
Yeah.
that wisdom embedded in the cycles of nature,
Mm-hmm.
and applying it to our own journey.
Okay.
The lunar calendar is like a roadmap,
Yeah.
not just for the external seasons, but also the seasons within ourselves.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
Yeah,
Reminds me of that saying, as within, so without.
I like that.
And speaking of connecting to something bigger,
Yeah.
we touched on those incredible festivals earlier.
We did.
Tell me more about how the Lunar Tao brings them to life.
Well, the Spring Festival, of course, is a big one.
Okay.
A time for new beginnings,
Yeah.
family gatherings,
Mm-hmm.
setting the tone for the year ahead,
Right.
like hitting the reset button and welcoming fresh energy into our lives.
Then there's the Lantern Festival, right?
Yes.
I've always been mesmerized by pictures of those glowing lanterns
Oh, yeah.
lighting up the night sky.
Beautiful.
It seems so magical.
It really is.
Yeah.
Ming-Dao suggests that the Lantern Festival symbolizes bringing light into darkness,
Oh.
both literally and metaphorically.
Okay.
Think about it. How can you bring more light into your own life
Mm-hmm.
or illuminate those dark corners that we all have?
All right.
It's also a time for connection,
Yeah.
for fostering a sense of community and shared joy.
That image of each lantern representing a spark of hope is really powerful.
Yeah.
It is. Are there any other festivals that particularly stand out to you?
Oh, so many.
Okay.
The Clear Bright Festival, around April 4th or 5th,
Okay.
is one that resonates deeply.
Okay.
It's time to remember our ancestors,
Oh.
to honor the lineage that we're all part of.
Okay.
Beautiful tradition of visiting cemeteries, attending to graves,
Yeah.
reflecting on those who came before us.
It's a beautiful way to acknowledge those who paved the way for us.
Yeah.
And find a sense of continuity
Right.
in a world that can feel so fast-paced and disconnected.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It reminds us that we're part of something much larger than ourselves.
Right.
A tapestry woven across generations.
Yeah.
The lunar calendar gives us these moments,
Mhm.
these rituals that anchor us to our roots
Okay.
and connect us to the cyclical nature of life.
It makes you realize that even though life is constantly changing,
Yeah,
there's also this beautiful sense of continuity and connection.
I agree.
And that's something we could all use a little more of, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The Lunar Tao offers a framework for weaving those connections into our lives.
Okay.
Now, another festival Ming-Dao explores is the Dragon Boat Festival,
Okay.
celebrated on the 5th day of the 5th lunar month.
Okay.
It's known for its exciting dragon boat races
Oh, cool.
and the tradition of eating zongzi,
Okay.
those delicious sticky rice dumplings.
Okay, that sounds way more fun than visiting a cemetery.
A little bit lighter, yeah.
Tell me more about the story behind the Dragon Boat Festival.
Okay, so it's a tale of courage and integrity.
Okay.
Revolves around Kuai Yun,
Okay.
a wise and patriotic poet and minister who lived over 2,000 years ago.
Okay.
He advocated for policies that would benefit the people,
Okay.
but unfortunately was exiled due to political intrigue.
Oh, no.
Devastated by this betrayal and the corruption he witnessed,
Yeah.
he chose to drown himself in the Milo River.
What a tragic story.
It is, but it speaks to his unwavering principles.
Yeah.
Legend has it that after Kuan Yuan's death, the local people raced out in their boats
Okay.
to try and recover his body.
Okay.
They also threw those rice dumplings into the river,
Okay.
hoping to appease the water spirits and protect his soul.
So, the dragon boat races and those delicious rice dumplings are a way to honor his memory
Exactly.
and celebrate his courageous spirit.
Yeah, it's a powerful reminder that standing up for what's right might come at a cost,
Right.
but it can also inspire generations to come.
Yeah.
These ancient festivals carry such profound meaning and relevance even thousands of years later.
It shows how storytelling connects us to our past and inspires us in the present.
For sure.
And it makes you think about how your own actions might ripple out and impact others,
Exactly.
even long after you're gone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there are so many more fascinating stories and traditions
Okay.
woven into the Lunar Tao.
Okay.
It highlights the Double Seven Festival,
Okay.
also known as Chinese Valentine's Day,
Oh, cool.
a celebration of love and romance.
Okay.
Then there's the Moon Festival,
Okay.
where families gather under the full moon
Yeah.
to share mooncakes and appreciate the beauty of nature.
So the Lunar Tao isn't all about serious introspection and ancient wisdom.
No, not at all.
There's also room for fun,
Yeah,
romance, and those simple pleasures that make life so rich.
absolutely. It's about embracing the full spectrum of human experience.
Right.
The light and the shadow, the joy and the sorrow,
Yeah.
and the lunar calendar,
Yeah.
with its intricate dance of seasons, festivals, and traditions,
Right.
provides a beautiful framework
Yeah.
for experiencing it all more fully.
It's like a reminder to slow down,
Yes.
savor those moments of connection,
Mm,
and really appreciate the gifts that each season brings.
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what the Lunar Tao is all about, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's about finding that harmony,
Yeah.
that balance
Mm-hmm.
that allows us to live more authentically
Right.
and align ourselves with the natural flow of the Tao.
It's a journey of self-discovery,
It is.
guided by the moon
Yeah.
and illuminated by the wisdom of the ages.
Beautiful.
And we'll continue to explore this journey when we return for the final part of our deep dive
Okay.
into the Lunar Tao, Meditations with the Seasons. Welcome back to the deep dive. We've been on quite a journey with the Lunar Tao, Meditations with the Seasons,
Yeah.
exploring how we can use the moon cycles
Right.
and the wisdom of Taoism
Mm-hmm.
to live more in sync with nature and ourselves.
It's been so fascinating to
Yeah.
uncover how these ancient practices can
Yeah.
offer, guidance and inspiration for our modern lives.
Yeah, and it's not about just reading about these concepts, right?
Right, exactly.
It's about finding ways to actually weave them into our everyday experiences.
Sure.
And what I found really cool was how Ming-Dao brings in the philosophical side of Taoism, too.
So,
He introduces us to those key figures like Laozi and Zhuangzi
yeah.
and makes their teachings feel like surprisingly relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that non-action idea we talked about earlier?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Laozi's concept of non-action,
Yeah.
it can seem like a bit counterintuitive,
Yeah.
but it's about recognizing that sometimes the most effective way to move forward
Yeah.
is to step back,
Okay.
to align ourselves
Yeah.
with the natural flow of things
Right.
instead of,
You're seeing it.
forcing our will. Yeah.
Yeah.
Think of it like this.
Okay.
If you're trying to paddle upstream,
Right.
you're going to wear yourself out.
Yeah.
But if you let the current carry you,
Yeah.
you can conserve your energy and reach your destination much more effortlessly.
Okay, I'm starting to get it.
Yeah,
It's not about being passive.
right.
It's about being strategic
Totally.
and working with the natural forces around us.
That's it.
But how do you know when to act?
Yeah.
And when to, non-act?
Right.
Seems tricky.
That's where the wisdom of Taoism comes in.
Okay.
It's about cultivating that inner knowing, that
Yeah.
intuition that helps you
Okay.
discern the right course of action.
Okay.
Sometimes it means taking bold steps.
Yeah.
Sometimes it means patiently waiting for the right opportunity
Okay.
to present itself.
So it's like finding that balance between effort and allowing,
Yes,
between action and non-action.
exactly.
Makes me think of that saying, let go and let God.
Yeah,
Maybe it should be let go and let Tao.
I like that.
And Zhuangzi,
Yeah.
with his,
Yeah,
playful, often paradoxical approach,
right.
also offers a lot of insight
Yeah.
into navigating life's complexities. Remember his famous butterfly dream?
Oh, how can we forget?
He wakes up and he can't tell if he was Zhuangzi.
Yeah.
Dreaming he was a butterfly or a butterfly.
Yeah.
Dreaming he was Zhuangzi.
Right.
Yeah, that one messed with my head.
I know.
What's the lesson there?
It's about not taking ourselves or our perceptions of reality
Okay.
too seriously.
Yeah.
It's about questioning our assumptions
Okay.
and embracing
Yeah.
the mystery of
Yeah.
existence.
Okay.
Maybe things aren't always as they seem,
Right.
and maybe that's okay.
It's like he's giving us permission to, like,
Yeah.
lighten up, find the humor in life's absurdities.
Exactly.
Yeah, I need to channel my inner Zhuangzi more often.
You too.
And that's what's so refreshing about the Lunar Tao.
Yeah.
It encourages us to approach these ancient teachings with a sense of curiosity,
Right.
playfulness, you know?
Yeah, not rigid dogma.
Yeah, not rigid dogma.
Yeah.
It reminds us that wisdom can be found in, like,
Totally.
unexpected places. Yeah.
Even in a butterfly's dream.
Exactly.
So we're not just learning about Taoism.
Right.
We're encouraged to experience it,
Yeah.
play with it,
Mhm.
find our own unique way of integrating it into our lives.
Oh, for sure.
And the Lunar Tao gives us all sorts of tools to do just that.
It does.
We talked about Qigong, those
Yeah.
gentle movements.
Right.
But Ming-Dao also introduces some other,
Yeah.
intriguing practices.
He does.
Have you ever heard of swallowing saliva as a health practice?
I have.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Swallowing saliva?
Yeah, it's a thing.
That sounds a little strange.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But in Taoism,
Yeah.
saliva is considered this, like,
Yeah.
precious jade elixir
Ooh.
that can nourish
Okay.
our vital energy and promote longevity.
Okay.
It's about being mindful
Yeah.
of even the simplest actions,
Yeah.
like swallowing,
Right.
and seeing how they can impact our well-being.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
Yeah. But I might need a bigger glass of water for this practice.
Right.
And then there are the daily meditations, too.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me more about those.
So the meditations in the Lunar Tao,
Yeah.
they're like these little gems,
Okay.
each offering
Yeah.
a different perspective on the season.
Okay.
A moment for reflection,
Yeah.
a chance to connect with nature's wisdom.
Okay.
Some draw on poetry,
Mm-hmm.
others on mythology.
Okay.
Some are just simple observations
Yeah.
of the world around us.
Okay.
They're not about escaping reality,
Right.
but about deepening our experience of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like having a, like, pocket-sized guru
Totally.
offering, a
Yeah.
new insight, a fresh perspective every day.
Exactly.
And what I find so powerful is how they encourage us
Yeah.
to cultivate a sense of presence,
Mm,
of being fully engaged in the moment.
right. Being present.
It's not about checking out. It's about tuning in.
That's it.
And the more present we are, the more we can appreciate the beauty and wonder of life,
For sure.
even in the midst of,
Yeah.
chaos.
All the craziness.
So it's about finding that stillness within the movement,
Yes.
that peace amidst the storm.
Beautiful.
And that's a skill that feels more valuable than ever
I agree.
in our fast-paced world.
It is.
And as we move through the Lunar Tao, we discover that it's not just a guide for, like, personal growth. It's an invitation to connect with something larger than ourselves.
It is.
Those lunar festivals and celebrations remind us
Yeah.
that we're part of,
Yeah.
like, a web of interconnected beings,
Exactly.
a lineage that stretches back through time.
Beautiful.
It's a beautiful reminder that we're not alone,
Yeah.
that we have this rich heritage to draw upon, and that we have a responsibility to future generations to live in a way that honors
For sure.
that interconnectedness.
Absolutely.
And the Lunar Tao offers a roadmap for doing just that.
Yeah.
It encourages us to slow down,
Mm-hmm.
tune in to nature's rhythms,
Yeah.
celebrate the simple joys of life,
I love that.
and cultivate a sense of gratitude
Yeah.
for all that we've been given.
That's
This has
right.
been such an incredible exploration of
has.
the Lunar Tao, meditations with the seasons.
Yeah.
It's so much more than just a book about Taoism.
Really?
It's a guide for living a more
Yes.
meaningful, balanced, and
Yeah.
joyful life.
It is.
And as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I'd like to leave you with a final thought.
Okay.
Imagine yourself stepping outside tonight,
Okay.
gazing up at the moon,
Yeah.
feeling its gentle light like wash over you.
Beautiful.
And just let yourself connect with the countless generations
Yeah.
who have looked up at that same moon,
Yeah.
pondered the same mysteries,
Mm-hmm.
and sought wisdom from the natural world.
I love it.
Ask yourself, how can I embrace
Yeah.
the wisdom of the Tao, the rhythms of nature, the spirit of these ancient traditions, to create a life that is both fulfilling and in harmony with the world around me.
Beautiful.
That's a beautiful image to hold on to.
It is.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the Lunar Tao, Meditations with the Seasons.
Thanks for having me.
Until next time,
Yeah.
keep seeking, keep exploring, and keep diving deep
I love it.
into the wonders of life.
Beautiful.